Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com. We've got the 2016 Switchblade from Cabrinha. Now, as you know, with Cabrinha, the Switchblade is their money kite. This kite is that kite that does just about everything. It's the all-around model that'll work in just about every situation. It's the most popular Cabrinha kite that sells in their range. And every single year, they've changed it, updated it, and made it better. Now, let me tell you, in the 2016 side of things, I think they made some of the biggest advancements in this kite in the changes over all the years. The reason is they've made this kite fly faster. They've made this kite turn quicker. Now everybody wants that. Is it true? Yes. The new Switchblade turns a little quicker. It doesn't drift as well. So what I mean by drifting is that surf side of things. But it's a lot faster, it jumps a lot better, and gives you better hang time. And that's because the overall speed of this kite is increased in the turning and the flying. Because of those, that's what you're going to get. Now, they have this saying, what they're calling, we'll read up on all the stuff, pure panel profiling. Let me see if I can get a tongue twister there. But what that is, let me break that down for the most common person. Why do they make all these acronyms for everything out there? What that means is these panels in here, they put more panels going across the sill. What does that do? That allows you to put more smoother shaping in the most important part of the sill, which is about a quarter of the sill, up here at the top, from the leading edge back. This allows that cloth to get into a better shape, the shape of which the designer wants, and that makes them nicer. I don't care what kite it is. If they do this, it will make that profile a lot better and smoother. And when you get that first quarter profile in a kite right, it's amazing how they will handle. That's the most important part. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit. They've changed the bridling a little bit. Something that we really like, and that is they've shortened these bridles down, made them a lot simpler, took out some pulleys. That is a big thing. Get rid of some of the failing things that fail on you, which is a pulley, and decrease those down. They've made this a lot simpler. What does that mean? That just means it's going to tangle less, it's going to react a little quicker, and everything is going to flow through to the kite. So the shorter the bridle, if you can, in designing, makes that kite a lot nicer. But it does take some work. It takes a lot of work to get that angle of attack change with your bar motion. But they do have one pulley. It doesn't move much. It's barely going to move at all. But they're allowing that probably to move to get that change of angle of attack a little bit smoother than the bar, and not absolute direct, but allows that little bit smooth action. That's what pulleys do in the system, is allow the kite to change its angle of attack a little smoother with and give you range. So they have adjustability on the wingtip to only 2 positions to increase or decrease bar pressure. That's the back connection point. That does not change how fast it turns. I don't care what they put there. It just increases or decreases the bar pressure. It may make you feel like you're turning a little quicker. Whatever you like, change it. I like least bar pressure. I move it to the back. They've got great reinforcements on these things. It's still the same all one pump system. Their inflate valve here has the same valve that allows you to connect the pump directly to it, drain all the air from the kite. You don't have to do anything with the struts. They do have the clamps here if you want to close those off. That's all standard. Reinforcement, this is the new D2 cloth that everybody's going to. What does that mean? It gives you dual ripstop in the little panels in here. Will it change the way you fly? Not a whole lot. What I've discovered about D2 cloth is that it stretches less over time. Less stretch in the sail keeps its shape longer. That's what's happening, and that's why a lot of the manufacturers are starting to use the D2 cloth more. It's just lasting longer. And the longer and the less stretch these sails have over time, the more the kite's going to retain its shape and flyability, I guess you would call it, the way it flies. Now, let's talk about the bars. The bars itself, they have not changed a whole lot in these. They've got 2 different bars. They've got one, it's the same. This is the overdrive. It's adjustable on the ends here on the fly. You pull the pin, scoot them in, and changes that adjustability from 48 to 56 is what they say. And I'd say it does a little bit. It adds a little bit. If you go up to a bigger kite, move them out a little bit, you gain more. Lines are great. We've never had a problem with the lines. The chicken loop now spins. It's really nice. If nobody's seen this, it's a lot cleaner system than they used to have years ago. Has a center line safety pull that runs up inside of the tube, of the D-power tube here. It has the spring. They've made a nice little mini leash, which everybody is starting to go to now, getting rid of the big, long handle passes that most people don't ever use. They have the simple, short, little push-away leash. They did a great job on this. It's really clean, and I like that. Other than that, the overall system Cabrinha has been fantastic. They're one of the top manufacturers in the industry. They stand behind their product, and they've done really well with the 2016 Cabrinha Switchblade. Everything else, the bag is the same. We just really like this kite as an overall kite that you want to sell to somebody that is fantastic for just about anything. You're getting into the sport, you're riding, jumping, wave riding. You can't beat the Switchblade from Cabrinha. That's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com to give you the truth and keep you riding on the water. Let us know if you ever have any questions.